Hey, I'm Jenna.
I'm Whitney.
We don't want to work out.
Like ever, but with each other's support.
We can master manageable workouts together. We did it. Okay. All right. So today we are going to do plyometrics. And this PLYOS kind of double serves as like working on some of your fast twitch muscle fibers, working on some explosive movements and some cardio. These are the kinds of exercises where we're going to keep it going for a minute. If you start to feel like you need a break, just take a couple seconds off. We're going to be in each exercise for a full minute. So there's no need to burn yourself out in the first three exercises. So we're just going to get started here with a little bit of a warm-up. It's really important to warm up anytime you're exercising, but especially if you're going to be doing something like PLYOS where there's a lot of jumping, because you don't want to tear anything, you don't want to pull anything. So partially the warm-up is to I actually took a note here, improve muscle elasticity. And it also allows for efficient cooling, and both of these things prevent injury. So really important, don't skip it. All right, so let's just get into some squats, Whitney. And we can just kind of go at our own pace and do them probably slower is better as we warm up here.
You mentioned preventing injury, and I didn't used to be concerned about that, like when we were in college and stuff. But at our age, coughing funny can throw your back out. So, stretching is much more important than it's ever been.
Absolutely. Stretching and warming up. I used to there would be a lot of days where I would just go into a 5K or something like that out there doing a road race. And when I was 22 and I wouldn't warm up at all, it would just be bam, straight into the 5K. Absolutely. If I did that now, I would be injured within the first mile. All right, let's move into some side stretches, okay? Just your basic side stretch. Just kind of get your hands on your hips and just reach the other hand over your head. And you want to feel this stretch as far down your leg and as far up your side as you can. Just really kind of wake up the sides of your body, which you will be relying on today for stability. So.
And don't forget, you can drop to your knees for this stretch as well. You're the one who introduced me to that, and I'm never going back. This feels so much better.
Nice. Nice. I'm currently on a concrete floor, so I'm going to do it standing up, but I'm glad that you are enjoying it on your knees. You can get a deeper stretch on your knees.
Yep.
And just kind of, every time you reach over, and anytime you're stretching in general, my advice to people is always to exhale as you stretch. And if you want to get a little deeper in the stretch, do it through your exhale. Don't force yourself to stretch more. That's not good for you. You want to just kind of get to the end of the stretch, do a little exhale, and you'll always get a little deeper into it naturally without forcing anything. All right. Next, I want to do some toe raises. Or calf raises, I guess you could call them, just to kind of wake up those calf muscles a little bit. Again, we're going to be doing some jumping today. So I figured we would wake up our lower legs and make sure they're all warmed up and ready to catch our weight. And as you go through these, switch it up, keep your both toes forward and parallel. And then if you want, you can kind of send your toes out to the side and just kind of do a wide toe raise. And then same thing, you can actually kind of go inward a little bit and point both of your toes in, and that'll warm up 3 different areas of your calves.
That's a new one for me.
Oh, what, the out and the in?
The different angles of your toes. Yeah, that's a new one for me.
Yeah, it tones 3 different parts of your calves. If you did these as your part, if you lifted every week and you did calf raises and you changed up the angles of it, people would start noticing a wider, more defined calf.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we don't have to do too many of those. I don't want anyone getting too getting too burny on those. We just want to warm up a little. Let's do some jumping jacks, and then we'll be ready to go. This is not part of the plyo workout. This is just to warm up. This one's for the heart. Want to get your heart pumping a little bit. Get your blood moving. Just don't want to shock the body here.
And don't forget, if you can't jump, just do the best you can. And if this workout seems like the jumping is a little too much, this one just isn't for you, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's totally okay. Totally okay. And you know what? There is non-jumping versions of everything we're doing, so I'll just mention that. Because this is going to be without jumping, a lot of squatting and lunging, basically. So, woo, okay. That got me a little out of breath. I feel warm. Do you feel warm?
I feel warm, yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to have 10 exercises. 2 of them are going to be stretches, actually. So I'm going to weave in a little bit of stretching into this workout. Because again, the jumping and the landing and everything, it's going to put a lot of strain on your hamstrings and your glutes. And so we just want to make sure that we're taking care of those in the middle of the workout. So we're going to start off with, Whitney, you might cringe when you hear this. We are going to start off with every rower's nemesis, jumpies. All right, so let me set my clock here for 10 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through 10 minutes. We're going to take a nice little break, and then we're going to go through and we're going to do it again. So this is going to be a 20-minute workout. If you go through this one time and you're good, great. Turn it off, do some stretching, cool it down, walk away feeling good about yourself. And if you're in for a second set, then please stay and join us. All right? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get into some jumpies. All right. So these are just going to be squat jumps. All right. So rowers tend to call these jumpies, but I think maybe we're the only people that say that.
Then we're the only ones that are right.
That's right. Whew, these add up quick. So, take your time and don't burn yourself out on the first exercise if you need a sec. Basically, what we're looking for here is explosive movement up. So that's what's important. You can take your time on the descent, and then you want to really explode up. Just try to get off the ground a little bit here. And if you can't jump, then do squats. Get in some nice deep squats here. And if you want to up the ante a little bit, you can hold the squat at the bottom, and that'll get your legs burning. Here we go. Let's go 2 more. Okay, our next exercise is going to be lateral one-leg hops. It's going to look like this. Hop to the side, stop. Hop to the side, stop. Keep that opposite leg up. All right, so we're here for 1 minute. This is going to get harder and harder to talk. I can already tell.
Let's talk about the other benefits of working out. The reason I need to work out is because of my nerves for a job interview, which the only thing worse than being unprepared is going in anxious. You don't want anyone to get that nervous energy.
Absolutely. I feel like I use exercise to manage anxiety more than anything. 5 seconds left.
And because I am nervous, I didn't want to do the workout. I know the workout is good in the long run, but I don't want to work out.
And when you don't want to work out, that's precisely when you should. All right, for our third one here, we're just going to go into a glute hang. Here's the stretch I promised, okay? So you're just going to hang your upper body down. Let the weight of your upper body create a stretch through the back of your legs here. All right, that's the whole point of it. So you can even cross your arms. I have really long arms, and they'll be piling up on the floor before I get a stretch. So I just cross them. Let your head hang free, just check in and make sure your neck and your shoulders are totally neutral. Just let it all hang. You might want to get a slight bend in the knee, or you can keep your knees blocked out for this one, just to get a better stretch. 10 seconds, actually way less than that. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so this one, all right, this is a wide squat hop. So get into a wide squat, toes pointing out, hands on your hips. We're gonna hop forward twice, and then we're gonna hop back twice. We're gonna do this for a minute.
Okay. Are we on?
There we go. Oh yes, we're on, my bad, yes. I'm keeping a continuous timer on these.
Okay, so we're on as soon as you show us, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I start doing it, we're on.
I really like feeling my muscles here when I jump.
Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah, you're like feeling your quads, like the top of your quads.
Yep.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with
this. This is a burner.
Yes, this is a burner. This is the one too. The deeper you go, the more it's gonna burn. 5 seconds left. And try to just get like 1 or 2 more hops in and drop. Okay, next one is gonna be 1 foot hops. All right, so we're just gonna get on one leg here and we're just gonna hop forward. We're gonna hop backwards. Forwards and backwards. Try to stay on the one leg. Might be hard to balance. Balancing may end up being most of the exercise on this one.
That's okay. Don't mind looking silly.
Oh no. We're gonna switch halfway through, which is coming up. We'll switch to another leg right here. I always want people to notice if one leg feels more stable than the other. This is the place you're gonna notice that. We all have a dominant leg. We all have a dominant arm, a dominant side of your back that you rely on. And that's why it's good to do plyos, because it helps to even everything out. Drop. Woo! Okay.
Yay! What's next?
We've done 5 extra. Yeah, so we got a little break built in here after 5, and then we're gonna do another 5, and that'll complete the first 10 minutes, okay? So the first one, I'll just explain it real quick and then we'll get into it. This is gonna be a single leg forward hop, all right? So what this means is, all right, you're gonna start on one leg and you're gonna jump forward and you're gonna land on 2. All right, okay. So you're starting on 1, you're landing on 2, and just alternate which leg you start on each time, all right? So we'll get that clock going here for 1 minute, all right? Nice hop forward. Oops, I landed on 1. I already messed it up. Hey, that's okay too if you hop on 1 and land on 1, but whatever happens, I guess.
That's pretty impressive. Please continue to do so if you can.
And with these, you want to try to get some distance in your hop, all right? So, and you want to make sure that you're not swinging the other leg and using all that momentum to get you to hop forward. Try to stay still as you can and hop forward using just the hopping leg and no momentum. We go, 10 seconds left on this one.
How did you know I was doing it wrong?
I don't know because I can't see that far to see you on my phone. All right, stop. Okay, next one, Mary Catherine hops. These are hard. These are hard, people. All right, this is gonna be the hardest one. Hands on your hips, okay? One leg forward, one leg back, as if you're in a backwards lunge, and then you're gonna jump and switch. All right, clock's on.
All right, yes. Mama already knows that that's not gonna happen. So,
well, if that's not gonna happen, that's okay. That's fine. You don't have to hop. You can just do backwards lunges and you can hold. It's okay too.
What's cool is when I feel like I do have the strength, you can come back to the workout and do it as is.
That's right. It's not going anywhere. Here we go. We got another 10 seconds on this one. Where are my runners at? This is very good for running. This is like a good one for injury prevention. Okay, now we have a hip flexor stretch, perfectly timed, right? So, yes. All right, so we're gonna send one leg back, okay, and then we have one leg forward, hands on the hips, and just, I don't know if I'm showing it good from this angle, lean your upper body back and get that nice hip flexor stretch in the leg that's back. The front leg's just lunging. but not for exercise, just for depth.
Yes, make sure you're pushing your hip forward so you can get the stretch within your hip.
Yeah, it's a good point, Whitney. Yeah, push those hips forward. Ooh. Make sure you switch to the other leg. I should have called it halfway through and I didn't, so we'll just give a little extra time for that. This is important, stretching your hip flexors. Oh, for anybody, anytime. Our hips, like I mentioned in some other videos, our hips tend to get very tight. Hip flexors, that's what's responsible for flexing your leg up, which is something that if you walk, then you're doing that many times every day. So it's always tight. Okay, 2 more exercises in this set. All right, our next one is going to be called a single leg vertical hop. It sounds more complicated than it is. All right, it's essentially you're just driving the knee up and you're just jumping up on one leg. That's all it is. So just drive the knee up. This one, you can use the momentum of your knee up to get more height. Yeah.
My legs are very fatigued already, so I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Plyos are hard. You know, even the best, most conditioned athletes are going to struggle through a plyometric workout. So I know, like, when I was coaching for a Division I rowing team, these kids are fit. I mean, they are beyond fit. And the Plyos workout always had them crying.
Well, it is what you make of it. If you work hard, you can make it
right.
harder. If you don't feel it, you don't have to work as hard. It's all what you make of it.
Not when you're a D1 athlete. Okay, next one is burpees. I'm just kidding. Okay, burpees. All right, so this is just going to be down on the ground, send the legs out. You can do a push-up here if you want or not. Legs back in, jump, hands to the sky. Continuous movement. I am not going to do the push-up because it slows down the whole burpee for me. And I can barely do push-ups. Here we go. Got 30 seconds left here, and then we've got a little break in between sets. And we are going to do the same exercises in the second set. Working out, it can be a little repetitive sometimes, and that's okay. We've just got to embrace the discomfort and teach our body what we want it to do. Okay, that's it. Oh. This is a great time to catch your breath and take a sip of water. I know I need one.
I like what you said, that these exercises can get monotonous, but when that happens, the important thing is to improve your technique for each one, because you can always do it a little bit better, which will increase your strength even more.
Yep, absolutely. Good technique and, you know, like more efficient movements are essentially the purpose of working out, is to become more efficient with your body. Other than what we mentioned before, working through anxiety, keeping that, you know, getting those dopamine releases, getting your head nice and centered, those are all benefits too. But the actual physical exercise part, the end goal of exercise is to become more efficient through your body. So that's why it's so dang repetitive.
And I want to say too, doing the technique correctly is also important, because when you're tired and don't feel like doing it anymore, the least you could do is, when you're tired, is do the technique correctly, but do it less. That's okay. Doing it right is what matters most.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So if you're joining us for the second set, we're going to get started here in a couple seconds. And if you are done for the day after set one, great job. You know, this will be here for you. We hope you come back to it, and there will also be more in the future. All right, so you ready to get into the second one here?
I'm ready.
All right, we're starting right back off with jumpies. All right, here we go. Get right into it for 1 minute.
I already know the back of my back right hamstring, my right hamstring is on the verge of being pulled. So if you need someone to look at to kind of change up the movements to accommodate for any soreness or anything, happy to do it.
Yeah, this is definitely one where, you know, like I may have mentioned it in the beginning one, in the first set too. If you can't, you know, if something feels like it's going to snap, then stop, slow it down, do whatever you got to do to keep moving, but protect yourself as well. Really important on these to not land on locked knees. I am mentioning that kind of last minute here, but try to soften the landing. Woo, here we go, one more. Oh, okay. That felt longer than a minute, but it wasn't. All right, here we go. Okay, lateral leg hops, here we go.
Right.
Okay, so we're just jumping left and right. Keeping the opposite leg up.
I've said this every workout, but I appreciate the muscle group variety that you do.
Thanks, I appreciate that. But I do like consciously try to do that, because when I was an athlete and I was being trained and coached, oh, did I hate it when we did like 4 leg things in a row.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Used to upset me. 20 seconds left. That was my one gift that I gave to kids that I coached, is that I never really did that. Yeah. Rowing is enough legs as it is. Here we go, let's go one more. Okay, we got our glute hangs here. Nice chance to catch the breath and stretch out that hamstring, Whitney, and I know you said it's feeling a little tight.
Yes.
Really let it all hang. Like, let the weight of your body do the stretching for you on this one.
And well over halfway through the workout.
That's right. Whew. Sometimes it can be nice on this one too, if you wanna just kind of rotate your trunk kind of side to side here. Just kind of stretch your hamstrings from like a different angle, and your glutes. Here we go, we've got 10 seconds left on this stretch. And then we are going back to wide squat hops, or frog squat hops. All right, here we go. Let's get into that wide stance, toes pointed out, hands on the hips. 1, 2 forward, and then 1, 2 backwards. This one, you can vary the distance of your hops as well. You can do 4 small hops if you want. You could do 2 big hops. You can do 1 big hop. That part doesn't matter, as long as you're hopping. Halfway through. I actually think 4 smaller hops is harder than 2 big hops. I don't think distance is the thing here. I think it's more the hopping. 10 seconds. And stop. All right, we're back to our single foot hops. This time, instead of going front, back, let's go side, 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 side on 1 foot. All right, starting off on the right, just left and right. It might help to pick a spot on the floor to look at to help with the balance. You go 5 seconds and then we'll switch to the other leg.
I think at this point in our videos,
switch,
that it's mostly you. And it would be so funny if I actually showed up in the videos all the time. So you could see, like, you're inspirational and I'm reality. So when we can get both videos up, I'm sure everyone will like that.
All you have to do is talk. And then the video will switch right over to it.
But I can't talk, but maybe if I breathe a little harder, it'll switch over.
All right, stop on that one. All right, that's funny. Here we go. We're going to our single leg forward hop. All right, so this is the one where we start on 1 foot and we hop forward and we land on 2. All right, here we go. Nice hop forward, land on 2. And try
Forgot to land on
for a
2.
soft. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Try for a soft landing on this. The softer you can land, the better. So just listen a little. If you're on a hard floor, you can kind of hear it. You want to think of your knees as shock absorbers, which is what they are. And this is very good for if you have good knees that are allowing you to do this without hurting, then this is good for your knees. This is very good to train them to absorb the shock in a controlled environment. All right, stop on that one. Woo, we've got those Mary Catherine lunge jumps here. All right, here we go.
I cannot wait to watch you do them.
Here we go. We're in it. We're in it. So getting that nice 90-degree bend on the front leg, and the back leg is there for support stability. You're kind of sending it out as far as you need to there.
And again, think about technique here, especially like I am just doing backwards lunges. Make sure you're doing them correctly and that your knee stays behind your toe.
That is a great point. You definitely don't want to overextend the knee over past the toe. Take a second and check in. And if you are sending your knee past the toe, then you have to send your back leg back a little further. 5 seconds. And stop. Hard part's over. Here we go. Hip flexors stretch. Thank God. Oh. And if there's any other stretch that you need at this moment, do whatever stretch works for you is fine. It's just a chance to catch up, and I recommend stretching something in your legs, but it doesn't matter what. Here we go, halfway through this one. Time does go by faster on the stretching ones, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Here we go. Getting a nice deep stretch here, doing it through the breath, not forcing anything. Let your body tell you. And then respect it. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we've got our single leg vertical hop where we're just kind of driving the knee up. We're on. Here we go. Just a nice going for height here. Driving that opposite knee up. I personally do not feel like I get a lot of height in general on these, but they're good to do. I feel like I'm getting a lot of height.
I feel like I am too. But I bet if we looked on the camera, there'd barely be any air under there.
And that is fine. And it would even be fine if you just drove your knee up and you did a toe raise. That's fine too. Again, if the impact of jumping is not good, then it's not good. Don't do it, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I always like to get that last one in. All right, here we go. Burpees for 1 minute. Let's get right into it so we can be done. Here we go. Might want to tuck my shirt in here. Giving everyone a show they didn't ask for.
A show they didn't know they wanted.
It's all about perspective here. I noticed in one of our videos that we posted that pretty much my stomach and my love handles were the main event, which is totally fine.
Because we all got them.
Yep, that's right. Oh, here we go. 10 seconds. Do what you can here.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah. And stop. Okay. Well, that's it for the workout. Woo! Got to catch the breath. And I think Whitney and I are going to stand here and just do a little bit of cooling down for a couple minutes, and that's that. We hope you enjoyed the plyometrics. Stay with us to warm down here. Whitney's doing a quad stretch, so I'm going to follow suit.
You know what's pretty cool is, my quads did get their workout, and that hamstring, this is just to show you, listen to your body, but don't let it quit. Hamstring doesn't hurt anymore through the second workout. It stretched right out. It's fine now.
Hey, that's good to know. And
yeah, sticking with it sometimes pays off, as long as you're just listening the whole time to your body.
That's right. I agree. And I think a lot of what's good about working out, I'm going to go into a inner leg stretch here. I think part of the benefits of working out, especially when you don't want to, is that your body, in my opinion, speaks the loudest to you when you're working out. It really kind of like shortens the highway between, your mind and your physical existence. Like, it shortens the distance. And, I think over time you really grow to appreciate like feeling closer to your body and listening and understanding it a little better.
Yes. I think understanding your physical body is a gateway to understanding yourself mentally as well, because they do go hand in hand most of the time. But if you understand how your body reacts to things, you might start to understand why your mind reacts to certain things as well.
No, I think that's a really good point. And I think the harder the workout, the more you're going to learn about your mind as well, and your self-talk. And, I'm just transitioning into an arm stretch. You can do whatever stretches you want. I'm just making sure I say it out loud. Like a side stretch thing here. And I lost my points. So well, I think what I was going to say is that like the harder the workout is, the more aware of your self-talk you're going to be. And my recommendation to everybody is pay attention to that self-talk, especially when things get kind of tough, like a plyo workout like we just did. Just really listen to the self-talk and just kind of assess, like, am I being kind to myself or am I being rude? Because I think a lot of people, we can be very rude to ourselves, even if outwardly we present very kind to the outside world, or not. I don't know. That's none of my business. But at least on the inside, we may not realize that we're kind of mean to ourselves. We need to be much nicer. So pay attention to that self-talk.
Good point. Yeah, that's such a good point. The first person to doubt you is typically yourself.
Oh yeah, every time, 100%. Which kind of brings us full circle to, you mentioned at the beginning you've got some anxiety about a really important day tomorrow. How are you feeling now? Do you feel any better?
I can feel completely different. Yes, and it's, again, like I told you earlier, it's not, the anxiety is coming from a place of confidence, but wanting to get it over with. It's not negative. There's no negative self-talk in here. It's just the anticipation. It's really, it's physically wearing me out.
I mean, I think the anxiety of anticipation, I would say, is like the main perpetrator in my life too. I think that's a really good way that you put that there. Yeah. It's not that you don't think you can, it's just that it's coming. It's coming.
Yes, and I have to wait. Waiting is just not my favorite. I don't think anybody really likes it.
No, I know. I was just at a 5K this last weekend, and standing at the start line, even on just a local 5K, I just was like, this is the worst part of the 5K, is waiting for it to start. Yeah. All right. Well, I feel nice and loose and cooled down. I think. How do you feel, Whitney? Ready to call it?
I'm ready to call it. That was great. It was challenging. I didn't hit every exercise like I know I can, but that's okay, because I know that I'm in a little bit of a laggy place, so that's okay. I got through the whole thing.
Definitely. Absolutely. Well, great job, and definitely looking forward to the next one. Hey, great job today. Thank you for working out with us. You can follow us at I Don't Want to Work Out Podcast on Instagram, or shoot us an email at I Don't Want to Work Out Podcast at gmail.com. We can't wait for the next one.